is Yolanda from My Journey My Way. I just want to get on here and kind of talk to y'all about what led up to my diagnosis with AML acute myeloid leukemia. I'm going to start it out, but in some places I'm going to kind of break it up into little small bits because it's quite a lengthy story, and I want to have my husband to come in and fill y'all in on areas where I can't remember what happened there. So it started in January. I got sick with COVID, and I was sent home for a few days. The week after I came back, I was feeling okay, but I was still kind of weak from the COVID. COVID didn't hit me too bad, but it wasn't too light on me either. So when I came back from COVID, I was well enough to do my job. I returned to school that week and was doing fine until the weekend came in, and I started noticing that I started having tooth pains, and I let my mother know about it, and I went and got some antibiotics for it, and like I said, it helped some, but not a lot. As the weekend went on, I started noticing that my gums were turning black around like the base of my teeth, and I let my dentist know, and he said it shouldn't be anything to worry about. Just take the antibiotics. The following Monday came along. I was doing fine. The Tuesday, I had a eye doctor's appointment. So for whatever reason, my husband drove me to work that day, and I'm glad he did. Because once I came out of the eye doctor's appointment, I started having really bad pains in my leg, and I couldn't figure out, why was my legs hurting so bad. They were hurting like I had just got through running and stuff, something like that. And people know me, I don't run unless I have a reason to run. But my legs were hurting really bad like that. It started with my left leg, and then it moved to my right leg, and couldn't figure it out. Got home later that night, took a little Tylenol. Couple hours later, took some aspirin. Pain still wasn't easing up on me, so I got up in the middle of the night, and I sat on my couch, because by this time of here I'm in tears because I'm in so much pain. And by the time about 5:30, 6 o'clock came in the morning, I called my boss, and I let my boss know that I wouldn't be able to come into work that day because, I was in such pain and I was going to go to the ER. Got to the ER. They drew blood from me because, they were thinking it was something going on with like my nerves or something in my legs. So when they took the blood, first thing I noticed about the blood, my blood they were taking from me, that it was, it was really dark, like really black, about dark as my hair, and they sent it back for test. So about 30 minutes later, maybe an hour later, the doctor came back in, and first thing I noticed, I was looking at his face, and he seemed really worried and concerned, because he told me, he said that my white blood cells were out of control, and that my platelets and my red blood cells were really low, and they didn't know what was going on with that, and that he just really didn't have the expertise to to tell me anything else. So he said he felt more comfortable if he sent me to Longview to talk to a doctor over there, and he told me the doctor's name is Dr. John. So at this point, I had been in the ER all day long in the ER. So about later on that night, they transported me to Longview. And I got to Longview. It ain't dawned on me that, they were taking me to the oncology, department, or, the section in the hospital, that, like I said, cancer was last thing that was on my mind at that point. So, they got me back there, and they got me set up, and everything was fine, and I was starting to feel a little comfortable. The pain was starting to ease up a little bit. So by that time, Dr. John came in and he introduced himself, and he told me that he hated I had to go through this, but that's when he told me that I had acute myeloid leukemia, and it was like the wind got knocked out of me, because first thing I was thinking about was my children. You know, for me as a mother, that's one of my prayers. I pray to God all the time, you know, Lord, please, you know, don't take me away from my children at a young age. You know, I don't want them to be little babies and, you know, not, you know, to be without me, or I be without them. And that's the first thing that scared me. And he you know, gave me a moment to get myself together and, you know, kind of process, you know, what he told me. Because most people, if you like me, when you hear cancer, you don't really have positive thoughts about it. Because for me, most people that I know, you know, they've died of cancer, or, you know, they had a real hard time coming back from cancer. So I had to have time to kind of process that, because, you know, like I said, that's the last thing I was thinking about, is me having cancer. So I asked him, you know, was this something that could be passed on to my children? And you know, once he kind of assured me that, you know, this is acute, it's just something in my, you know, within, you know, my body, genetic, a mutation in my body that caused this, you know, and it shouldn't, you know, affect my children. You know, I started to feel, you know, a little better. And then that's when I switched into, you know, it's time to fight, you know, what I need to do next. And within the next 30 minutes, I was in an ambulance, hanging on for dear life, heading to Medical City in Dallas. I'm going to stop right here, and I'm going to pick up on the next my next video with the rest of the story. Thank y'all for listening to me. Please make sure you like, you comment, and you subscribe to my channel. Thank y'all.